Hi, I am Ginny Lang, and this is Moira Shepard. I'm visiting with her today. And we did an earlier video called Ginny and Moira Talk Tarot. I'm Ginny Lang. I am the author of Tarot Made Easy, First Steps to Enjoying the Tarot. And Moira, who are you?
God, who am I these days anyway? Right now, I am Moira Shepard, and I'm a confidence expert and the author of Love Your Way to Success, 5 Keys to Confidence for Creative Women Entrepreneurs, because I'm passionate about empowering women to believe in themselves so they can do what they came here to do.
That's wonderful. It's such a dynamic message. Well, what we thought we would talk about today was the intersection between confidence and intuition, the things that drive what you do, and tarot, and how they come together and how they work together. And I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit about that first.
Okay, confidence is an issue for nearly all of us. Lack of confidence, self-doubt,
Sure.
fear about, am I doing the right thing? Will I screw up? Will I make a mistake? It's part of the human condition. It's very
Yeah.
hard to get away from. And yet, if we want to move forward in our lives, in our businesses, in our relationships, it's important to get back in touch with the confidence that is actually your natural state. It's you were born confident. You got lost in the drama with your family, lost in the drama with your loved ones, what happens at school, good God. And it's so things that happen to us in life, and they all tend to erode your faith in yourselves to the point where you just feel like, I don't trust myself to make a good decision about anything. How do I know this is the right path for me? What should I do next? Where should I go? And it's so important to avoid being caught up in somebody else's drama, caught up in somebody's exploitation, caught up in somebody else's super expensive program that actually ends up doing nothing for you because you don't have enough faith in yourself to put it into practice. We want to make that stop. And the easiest way to do that is to start cultivating more faith in yourself, more belief in yourself. And a crucial part of that is developing your intuition, coming back to a point where you can trust your own instincts, trust your gut, trust yourself to know,
Right.
sometimes without knowing how you know, that you are doing the right thing, making the best choice that you can in the moment. Your
Mhm.
brain has this thing called the negativity bias where it remembers all the bad stuff and you get amnesia about all the good stuff about 5 minutes after it happens. So when you look back on your life, it's easy to see a big pile of mistakes and have completely invisible to you the Mount Everest of all the things you got right, all the times you won, all the times it turns out, I made the right choice, I did the right thing, I found the right person, and that is such a great feeling. But your
Yeah.
brain says, yeah, that was then, this is now, what have you done lately? So to counteract that, the intuition is the perfect method for doing that because it puts you in the present.
So,
That's
so, so
empowering.
tarot, and yes.
Yes.
Tarot is one of those things that can help you focus so that you can hear your intuition. It gives you some cues so that you can focus your intuition. What are some other things that do that? I know tarot does it. What else does that?
Absolutely does. There are so many ways. One of the simplest ways I've found is to um, put your hand over your heart and just breathe into your heart. If you don't know how to do that, just pretend you're breathing into your heart and you start getting centered in yourself. You start feeling connected with the love that is inside of you, with the love that is the path that takes you to intuition, to the highest truth, love, and wisdom. So when you're in your heart, in your body, in your right mind, which is tuned to the max to your intuition, that is when you feel like, okay, I can trust myself to know what's right. I can trust myself to make the best choice in the moment.
That's great.
And that's really all any of us, that's the best any of us can do. We can only do our best in the moment. And that's what we're doing all the time. It's important to remember
Well, and
that.
that's what we have is the moment.
That is
I
what we
heard someone I heard someone say once that the past is guilt and the future is fear, and the moment is here, and that's where we are, and this is where we can find happiness.
I
This is
love
where
that.
we
That
can
is,
find peace.
I love that.
So, okay, well, so let's talk about how tarot helps with this. And I would like to show you a simple 3-card reading, something that you can do for yourself or you could do for somebody else. And what would happen here is that you would ask a question, probably a specific question, something that you wanted to know. And it might be about your career, it might be about your relationship, it might be as simple as, how should I approach the next week? I mean, it might be that simple, but it's a way to give yourself cues, again, to tap into your intuition. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you a quick 3-card reading over here. I'm going to pull cards from this deck, and this is a version of the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So I'm going to pull cards from that, and so I'm going to have to change the camera over. So this is going to take a second, and I'm going to mess up this. So right now.
Okay, we can just take our focus on to just thinking for a moment, perhaps about a challenge that you're facing right now, something that you would like to know about, because Ginny has this fantastic intuition, and this card spread, this 3-card spread she is going to do, is intended to help every single person who watches this video. So I suggest that you take a moment right now to think about, what's something I'd like to know more about? What do I want confirmation on? What do I want to approach a challenge that I'm facing? And just take a moment to feel into that now. What would you like to know right now? About something in your life, your relationship, your career. What have we got, Ginny?
Okay. Can you see this all right? Does this work?
Yes, this is fine. We've got a good angle there.
All right.
Here it is.
Here's the deck, and I'm going to pull the first 3 cards off the top of the deck. Okay. And I'm going to lay them out in 3s. You can designate these cards to be whatever you want. Today, we are going to call them the opportunity, the challenge, and the best advice. So the first card would be the opportunity card. The second card would be the challenge card, and the third card would be the best advice card. I'm going to turn them so that you can see them, and I will hold them up one by one and talk about them a little bit. Okay.
Perfect.
So what we have pulled here, we have one major arcana card. We have one archetypal card here, which is in the best advice position, which is a great place for it to be. Okay. So whatever your question, and usually if I was reading, I would tell somebody not to tell me their question. I wouldn't want to know their question in advance so that I wasn't influenced by that.
Excellent.
Of course, if you're reading for yourself, you know what your question is, and you're going to look at it and you're going to know immediately what it's all about.
Yes.
So here, this is in our opportunity. This is the Queen of Cups. That's the Queen of Hearts. In a regular deck, that would be the Queen of Hearts. So she's all about emotions, and she doesn't have to be a she. This is an energy, not a gender. And the energy of the Queen of Cups is a nurturing energy. So what this card would be telling you in an opportunity is that you have the opportunity to nurture your feelings, to nurture your emotions, to acknowledge, to bolster your emotions about whatever it is we're talking about, whatever your question was. Okay, so that's in the opportunity. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that?
I love that. I think that when you're faced with an opportunity, emotional self-care, like what you described,
yes,
is wonderful guidance.
And that's what the queen of each suit is. She's the nurturer of that suit. So she's the nurturer of emotions, the nurturer and the watcher.
I love that. Yeah, our feelings love to be acknowledged, and this is a great way to do that.
Yes. Here in the challenge position, okay. Here in the challenge position, we have the 7 of Swords.
That looks pretty challenging.
Yes, yes. Swords are about intellect. Swords are air, and they're about intellect. They would be spades in a regular deck. So a 7 is always about planning. A 7 is always about getting ready for action, but not actually having action. This card is often called the card of the thief. You
Why
can
is
see
that?
that in the picture, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's making
It's
off
the
with his
card
sword.
of the thief because it's about stealth. It is about planning. It is about mind over matter, about brain over brawn. And in a challenge position, now if this was in this, it would mean something different if it was in the opportunity position. But this is in the challenge position. This is our challenge. And what does that mean? That means that we're thinking and planning too much.
Ah.
And the first card was about emotions. And I would say that this is about doing what almost all of us do, and that's second guessing something. We already know, maybe we know in the first 5 minutes what it is we need to do and what we want to do, but then we second guess it. And that's what this card is in the challenge position. It is about don't think too much. Don't think too much.
Don't
Follow
think too
your
much.
intuition.
Easy to
Don't mess
say.
it up by thinking about it too much.
So true. Yes. Overthinking can really derail your intuition very
Well,
quickly.
and it also means that we play old tapes for ourselves, that we go back and we play old, we convince ourselves that we're wrong for all the various reasons because of what you said, because of all the bad things that we remember rather than the good things. So, all right. And the last card, and I love that this is the card that came up. This is our best advice card. This is the Fool. This is card 0 from the Major Arcana. This is the card that takes a journey through all the rest of the cards.
Ooh.
This is the card of the blank slate, tabula rasa, blank slate of play, of exploration, of journey, of intuition, if you will. You see that this figure has instinct, has an animal. Every
Ah.
one of them has an animal. In this particular deck, it's a dog.
Ah.
But the Fool always has an animal, listening to their inner voice, listening to their instincts. And this is about staying open. It's
Mm.
about staying open and considering all possibilities, considering what comes up, dealing with what comes at you rather than manufacturing something that's not coming at you.
That
Oh,
is
I had a near miss in my car. I almost wrecked my car, but you didn't. Oh, I said something bad. I almost had a fight. I almost had a fight with my partner, but you didn't.
Oh, valuable
What
to
did
remember.
happen? That's what you're dealing with, is what did happen, because you're open to the moment.
Mm. Yes, dealing with what is instead of what we fear will happen or might have happened.
Yes.
Dragging
Yes.
that past in again.
This is such a fun thing to have in a best advice, because I think this is the best advice for a lot of things, for many, many things. Deal with what's in front of you and be open. Be open to seeing, what's there instead of what you thought was there or what you think might be there.
Oh, I love that. The openness, the willingness to trust, to let go of the
Yes.
idea that you have to control your experience in every moment.
Yes. Yes. So this is a very nice reading for pretty much whatever you were looking at. And once you knew what it was, then you would be able to think, well, how do I feel about that? How have I overthought that? And how is that getting in my way? And how can I be more open to whatever it is that comes down the road to meet me?
Wonderful advice from the tarot. Thank you.
So here, let me put the camera back so I can talk to you some more.
Yay, there's your pretty face. Hello.
There we are. Hello. Hello. Okay. We're back in my office. We're not focused on the table anymore. So that was fun. That was fun. I think that the intersection is really important. That's how I use the cards. A lot of people pull a card a day. I don't have time to do that. I pull a card a week. I pull a card at the beginning of the week, and I think about how I can use the energy of that card to approach things for the week.
So it's like you have a theme of the week.
Kind of, yeah,
Sure
yeah.
you
It's like
always
picking a
follow,
word.
or is it more like something else?
Yeah, no, it is like a theme. It is like a theme. It's like, how do I, as I'm going down the road, as I'm being open and moving down the road of the week, and thinking about, well, how does this energy that I pulled, how does this energy that I thought about help me? How does it help me focus? How does it help me wrap my head around this and think about this?
I love this. This is reminding me of that wonderful line from Ernest Holmes, the originator of Science of Mind. We live in a friendly universe. So your implicit assumption there is that this is here to help me, and being
Yes.
open to being helped and being open to, here's another way to look at it. Here's a way that the universe can support you in this week. And this is how it's saying, we're going to support you like this. This will really work. Try it out.
Yes. Yes. Because we're all talking to the universe all the time anyway. This is just sort of a concrete way that you can look at those messages. We're all looking for and receiving messages all the time anyway, and we do it in lots of different ways, and this is one method that has always helped me.
Yes, I love that it is so visual and concrete, and there are specific meanings assigned. But as you talk about in your book about the tarot, it's kind of a jumping off point for you to do your own interpretation of what's there. You're not stuck with, the little booklet that comes along that says, this is what this means, this is what that means. It's more expansive than that, the way you use it.
Much more fluid.
Much more fluid, and bringing you into the process instead of, this is a message from on high telling me what to do.
Yeah.
It's you take a very empowering approach to tarot, and I love that.
Well, thank you. And thank you for meeting with me again. This is fun. This was fun. This is just as much fun as the first one.
I just love hanging out with you, Ginny. Thank you.
Thank you, Moira. And this is Ginny Lang, the author of Tarot Made Easy. Have you got ears around?
Not handy,
Yes.
no. Sorry.
So we will talk with you again soon. Thank you so much, Moira.
You are so welcome, Ginny. Thank you. I love doing this with you, and I look forward to seeing our viewer again soon.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Everybody have a good day, and happy tarot, and have a good journey till we meet again.